Hello, everybody. How are we today?
Good morning, Good morning, Wednesday.
Good morning, Wednesday. Stephen, Julia,
How are we
Rich,
doing?
Wade, Jacob Paris, Umo.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? How's your day? How's life? Hello.
What have you been up to?
I'm Ashleigh. This is Courtney. We are CA in LA, Courtney and Ashleigh in Los Angeles. We're best friends, filmmakers, musicians.
And we're also variety streamers.
Welcome to our weekly show in season 6 here on Adobe Live called The Cinema Collective.
We love it.
It is a good morning Wednesday indeed. That's right. What's up, Clever?
Yeah.
Day is daying. I
Oh.
definitely read that as day is dying. And I was like, well, technically, we are never getting younger in the day. It is continuing.
We
forth.
continue to age. Yes.
Very introspective.
Oh no.
Hello, collectivists. I love that.
Morning's good.
It's been good. It's been really good.
It's been good.
We're so excited for today's show. We are releasing our music video for our brand new song Clarity. It came out almost a month ago, which is really bizarre, but in the last month we have filmed and edited our video, and this is the first completed music video that we've ever had. We did a little visualizer the week that it came out, and I'm really excited to show you and to premiere it here. Thank you so much, Thresh.
Jay! Oh my goodness. We're doing really well.
Hi.
It's been wild to follow a release this way.
Yes.
And release music and then do the whole thing, like do the visualizer, do the video, do all the promo. It's really interesting. So it's wild to think that we're almost a month out
Yeah.
because so much has happened since she was born.
I'm so excited. So excited for you to see it.
I'm really excited for you to see it.
Working for the good old corporate America, offering my brain cells to them as a sacrifice for little pieces of paper that buy me lunch and dinner. See? Introspective. I love it.
We love it here.
I don't love that you have to do that, but thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day. It means the world to be spending our Wednesday morning with you and to be able to share our work, because this music video means everything to us. Okay.
It's true.
So,
Wait, before we jump in really quick, if y'all can just make sure that you give this video a thumbs up so that Adobe knows that you enjoy the show, so that we can continue to sit in these chairs and talk about film. Yay. Okay.
fill me up,
Thank you
if
very
you
much.
will. Okay. We're gonna talk about some things, but we're gonna make it to 11:30 for the premiere. Okay, so last week we were on vacation and we streamed from vacation. We talked about some film news. My computer decided to just
Eat it.
be a dump, and I'm really glad.
Did you
And
just say be a dump?
be a dump?
That is what you said. Okay. I like
Thank
that.
you.
Just
Thank you for
be
clicking.
a dump.
Be a dump. Yeah, literally.
Not a dump truck.
My operating system crashed 10 minutes before our stream, and I was like, "Oh, shoot!"
Not great.
So we asked you
Thank
to
you.
tell us your song of the summer, and we were a little confused by this prompt ourselves. So we decided to just take it and run. These have been songs of our summer over. There are the planes. It's like we're back. These have been the songs of our summer over the last couple years, including Cool for the Summer by Demi Lovato, Teenage Dream from Katy Perry, Good Luck Babe, Chaperone, Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, Bananarama's Cruel Summer,
These are great.
and Clarity from Seeing a Lot.
Vacation was immaculate.
Oh, so good.
It went by so quick.
It did. We read so much. I feel rejuvenated, and I understand why we need to slow down.
Yes.
Thank you for asking. It was really,
Yeah, thank you.
really necessary. We just spent a lot of time outside, honestly.
It was beautiful.
We spent time outside.
It was
We-
safe there.
We watched sunrises and sunsets, and we could just hear birds, you know?
That's it.
It was
Just
cool.
outside sounds, but not like pollution sounds.
We saw Roadrunner for the first time, and
Crazy.
then I had this synergy of like, oh, Roadrunner and Coyote, because there were coyotes there too. I was like,
Makes
oh my
sense.
gosh, what a collision of understanding. Yes,
We did.
Thrish, I'm so thankful that
We did need
had
it.
a second.
It's true.
So our chat question to get started today is, what underrated film or TV series deserves more love? Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar.
Yes.
Just
She was going to have a theatrical release and then she didn't. And I think the world would have been much better for it if they were able to do that.
I agree with that.
So
Stunning.
But what do y'all think?
Beautiful. Yeah, please let us know.
Because what's even going on in that poster? Doesn't that make you want to watch it?
Everything.
It makes me want to watch it.
I love it so much. Was Dark considered underrated? I would say Dark was very underrated, especially because around the same time, the OA was out and Stranger Things was out, and Dark completely got overshadowed. So absolutely. I'm watching it now and miss the initial hype, and it's insane. Yeah. 500 Days of Summer.
Oh, that's a great one.
That is one of my favorite movies. That's the movie that made me want to make movies.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, like a Chris Nolan film. I'm excited to talk about Chris Nolan and his film, that little one called Odyssey.
The little one.
I always wanted more out of Space Above and Beyond. What is that? I've never heard of that.
I haven't heard of that either.
Yeah, please let us know. Okay, so today we're going to talk about streaming new releases, what's new in theaters, a little bit of film news, talk about the Warner Brothers merger, but the most important thing is the Clarity music video.
That's right. That's why we're here.
That's
Just kidding.
That's why we're doing it.
Sort of.
That's why we're doing the things.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're debuting this beautiful girl.
Yay.
Okay, so there's a lot of reboots or attachment concepts that are coming out this week, which is really interesting. And I was trying to look up if historically this is a thing that they just drop a lot of reboots or carryovers, spin-offs into the summer, but it's just like a year-round thing, all year round. Surprise. So Stuart Fails to Save the Universe is a Big Bang Theory spinoff. This is the fourth Big Bang series spinoff. 10 episodes released on Thursdays on HBO Max starting July 23rd. It's about comic book shop owner Stuart Bloom brings about the end of the universe and is tasked with restoring reality along with his girlfriend, Denise, geologist Bert, and quantum physicist Barry Kripke.
Okay.
Season 1. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I know from our community, the Ohana, that some of y'all have been talking about this. I didn't know that it's in season 4 already. 10 episodes released weekly on Thursdays on Paramount Plus, available tomorrow. Follows Captain Christopher Pike and the USS Enterprise crew as they face emotional adventures, inner demons, familiar faces, and terrifying aliens while chasing a hopeful future.
Jacob's just like, let it die. So no Big Bang Theory for you. Not a fan.
Steve and Julia, I also wish that there were more movies like 500 Days of Summer. It was just very inventive. And if you look at all of the influences of that film from all of the iconic films of eras and romance and like revenge, it's really cool to see how it was interpreted. And there's a dance number. Who doesn't love a dance number?
I also think they did a beautiful job not having the voiceover be overkill.
I agree with that.
They just understood where it needed to land to like drop you in the story, and then it was out.
Yeah.
It was beautifully done.
That soundtrack is also why I fell in love with The Smiths. And I just, that movie became my personality. The expectations versus reality scene forever changed my entire life. Brain chemistry. Okay, this movie has been circulating around our friend group. We've heard it from 5 different sets of people in different industries, but most importantly, our pottery class. So this is called Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. It's available on Hulu and Disney Plus, and it's an hour 40 sci-fi / comedy / documentary. When their plan to book a show at the Rivioli goes horribly wrong, Matt and Jay accidentally travel back to the year 2008. This is available tomorrow. Yeah, I am so excited to watch this. We haven't been able to find it. Honestly, we haven't looked that hard.
We've been doing everything else.
But we've heard that this is for fans of Curb Your Enthusiasm and Nathan Fielder. Yo, I love Nathan Fielder.
Fans.
You met that guy. Oh my God. Have you seen it, Jacob? Yeah, this film looks nerds. I highly recommend, if you're going to watch it, don't go in watching the trailer or anything. Just do it.
Yes, I agree.
It's considered lost. This is considered lost media? Okay. Learning in real time. Thrish is looking forward to Strange New Worlds. Thrish also says, I'm glad these people get to collect a paycheck based on that series.
I agree with that.
Totally.
It's important. Residuals.
Yeah. The soundtrack is excellent, and we have that in vinyl. And Courtney got me a special edition vinyl for my birthday one year, and I have a really hard time opening it and looking at it because it's beautiful.
The yellow one.
Yeah. What do you mean time travel back to 2008? That's not even back in time. I know that was like 4 years ago.
Isn't
right?
that awful when you think about it? Like, wow, this was a long time ago.
It was so long ago.
Oh my!
You have seen it. He's a huge Magic the Gathering nerd, so I saw him at a convention pre-movie or post movie. That's awesome. I love that.
Or both. And was the attitude different?
No. Yeah, lost media because it was very limited release and they jumped off the CN tower and death broke some rules.
As one does.
So very indie. So had issues with distribution. Jacob, thank you for sharing.
I'm sure it seems a lot of it was just like stolen footage or stolen guerrilla shooting, if you will. If you don't know what guerrilla shooting is, it's when you essentially just take a camera out and just 3 sheets to the wind of all legalities.
It's fun.
Yeah. Hi, JC.
Hi, JC. Happy Wednesday.
Welcome.
Thank you for the shout out in your Substack. That was so kind of you.
That was really cool.
I was definitely weeping at 7 o'clock this morning.
So thank you. That was very sweet.
Very sweet. There's a lot of movies out this week. The Dink is a comedy and sports film about pickleball, starring everybody. It's on I lied, it's actually on Apple TV. It's not on Hulu and Disney Plus. But the director is Josh Greenbaum, who also directed Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, Strays, that movie about the dogs, and Will and Harper. My friends and I recently this year got into pickleball and definitely want to see The Dink. The cast is amazing.
Jake Johnson is just so versatile.
Yeah, he's great.
He is great.
He just yells. Steven, are you
Not
also
so much anymore.
a fan of No Strings Attached? It's not as creative as storytelling, but
Wow.
love Jake Johnson. Oh,
Yeah, he's so good.
JC, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
September 5th.
This movie, I was like, why is Kevin Hart popping up everywhere? Because he's like been all over my feed and I'm not that type of person that Kevin Hart is like on my feed. But it's because he's in this movie called 72 Hours. It is on Netflix. It's a comedy and a 40-year-old executive ends up at a 3-day bachelor party with 20-somethings after being mistakenly included in their group chat. This does seem really interesting.
It does. Hi, Vidor.
Hi, Vidor.
Welcome in. How's your morning?
Director of this is Tim Story. He did Fantastic Four 2, The Silver Surfer, Ride Along are some of his more iconic films. Another spinoff. This is a spinoff of Rick and Morty. Do you guys know about this? President Curtis. It's in season 1. It is a comedy animation. It's 10 episodes, all available on streaming on Mondays, but I think you can see it Sundays on Adult Swim, and then it'll be available the next day on HBO Max. But following the commander-in-chief and his eccentric staff as they tackle the kind of crises that Rick Sanchez could never be bothered with, from monster diplomacy to paranormal investigations and unexplained phenomenon.
Too many spinoffs. I agree with you.
I feel you.
It's like you're almost there to original media. You're almost.
So close. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Clever says, I love Keith David. No Strings Attached is in my list of I'm sad and need a movie list, although I won't say No Strings Attached is an excellent movie, but I do rewatch it. No, totally. It's just good comedy, yeah. Adjacent as like a rom-com.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking. The Walking Dead Dead City. This is a horror. 8 episodes with new episodes on Sundays on AMC. It's coming out the 26th. Maggie and Negan put their bitter history to build a thriving community in Manhattan, facing new threats together.
I feel like at the very end of this, we just need to like we actually should do it. But anyway, just have like a pie chart, and the pie chart will be original concepts and revamps or spinoffs. And I feel like the pie chart's going to be real sad every single time we go over this.
Didn't even see it, Jacob. Didn't even know. Nope. I agree, though. I don't mind spinoffs sometimes, but it does seem like a lot of them.
There's so many, and it's like, do something else.
I don't know who Keith David is, but I know who Craig David is, and he put out some really great music back in the day. Craig David, I'll never forget him because I hadn't listened to any of his music. And then he was on the back cover of my Teen Girl magazine. And the question was to all of these artists and celebrities, if you could listen to any album for the first time again, what would it be? And everyone's like naming these like really fun things. And he was like, I wish that I could listen to Craig David music for the first time so I could feel the awe that audiences must feel listening to my music for the first time. And I was like, oh, wow. The 7 Days guy? Fill me in. All right. Love that for you.
I respect it. Look, you should want to listen to your music. I will say that was a little heavy-handed.
Yeah.
But like, I get it. You should make the music you would like to listen to.
I get that. But yeah, listen to his track on Monday. I agree. Yeah, spinoffs are becoming very, very popular.
Yes.
I went down to Sonoya, Georgia, where a bunch of it was filmed, and stole a railroad spike from one of the filming locations.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't even see it.
They wouldn't notice. Listen to another on Tuesday.
So if you want to rent any of these from home because you've been hearing about them, you can now rent Mandalorian and Grogu, Disclosure Day, and Scary Movie. But Masters of the Universe is on either HBO or Hulu, I later found out. Masters of the Universe is a reboot. 40 years later, it makes sense. I'm okay with that. And I think that it's like a campy movie. I loved that one of my friends watched it on our recommendation on the show. And she's like, you didn't warn me that it was just camp.
But that's so good. That's the best.
You like go, I'm sorry, what did you expect?
Look at the poster.
Yeah, like,
come on.
It's beautiful. It's He-Man.
But also, it could be.
Man, straight to streaming.
And that's when satire's done well. You're like, are they serious? Or like, are they aware?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. In theaters on July 24th, there's a lot in theaters this weekend as well. I think they all were waiting for Odyssey. I know, I felt like it just came out a week ago. It came out about a month and a half ago, but everything is going straight to VOD within 30 to 45 days, which is devastating. A Life Illuminated. So there's not a lot of women releasing stories this week, but wanted to talk about this one. It's about a marine biologist, Dr. Edith Wider, as she embarks on an extraordinary journey into the magical world of deep sea bioluminescence.
I'm so excited.
Isn't that awesome?
I'm so excited.
So director Tasha Van Zandt, she is a documentary producer, and she also is a cinematographer, which is really cool. Then Her Private Hell. This has premiered at a ton of film festivals, including the Cannes Film Festival. It's a sci-fi horror from Nicholas Winding Refn, who also did Drive, The Neon Demon, Only God Forgives, basically Ryan Gosling. A troubled young woman searches for her father as a mysterious mist engulfs a futuristic metropolis, unleashing a deadly and elusive entity. Her quest collides with an American GI who's on a harrowing odyssey to rescue his daughter from hell. Something to note about Nicholas Winding Refn is that he is colorblind, so all of his films are very, very strong, visually colorful. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Because he just can't see color, so they just like blow it into the water. Of
like the Ben and Jerry's of movies.
The Ben and Jerry's of movies. That's right. Yes. Yes.
If you guys don't know what that is one of the creators of Ben and Jerry's doesn't have good taste. That's why everything is so flavorful, so you can actually taste it. Okay.
Love it.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're looking forward to Disclosure Day? Well, Vidor, you can now see it at home.
Hey.
For better or for worse.
That is
Steven
terrifying.
Spielberg. Okay, so had to bring this into the conversation. Not. Pinocchio Unstrung. This is a horror at an hour 20. Yeah. A wooden doll named Pinocchio embarks on a violent crusade to carve itself into a real boy.
No.
One piece at a time.
Jacob's like, yes.
Something to note about this director, Rice Frock Waterfield, is that he produces a lot of these types of films, including Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Did anybody watch that?
There's a sequel to it called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
Oh,
so
clever.
If you're into that type of thing, there you go.
Off you go. Would love to hear your thoughts.
Thrish, me too. Hadestown the Musical, which is a very iconic Broadway show.
I remember.
Is in theaters this Friday for 5 days. So it's only available until the 28th. And a lot of people are really excited about this. So if you are a Hadestown fan, there you go.
There you go.
You got 5 days to see it.
That is a different take, JC. You are right.
I know, different take. A real boy, Vandal. How's it going?
What that turnout's gonna be
Thanks
like
for popping in.
for 5 days. Hello.
They're doing like a MCU of properties that have gone into public domain, i.e. Steamboat Willie, Pinocchio,
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh. Okay, Jacob, this makes sense as to what's going on.
That makes a lot of sense.
You're so excited for this pro shot. I saw Hades Town at the end of May.
What'd you think of it?
I'm really excited for you. Okay, also Fifth Element, its 29th anniversary, so it is in theaters only on Sunday. So if you're a Fifth Element fan and want to see it in theaters for its 29th birthday, you better go on Sunday because it's only there on Sunday.
I love that the woman who sings this aria is always right in front. She's front and center.
She's always front and
She's
center.
remarkable.
Yay, sports ball! So the World Cup wrapped up on Sunday with a very weird halftime show. I don't know about y'all, but it was weird. And Spain ended up being crowned as the winners. Fox and Telemundo reported record-breaking viewership with 63 million plus viewers across both of their platforms.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they're doing that.
Yeah.
Both the re-release and the Broadway show, because not a lot of people have the opportunity to see it live on Broadway, and getting to see it in a theater with an audience is the next best thing.
I actually didn't like the Broadway cast that was running at the time compared to the cast recording, so musically a bit of a letdown, but the set design and stage elements are so good. The stage design is very cool.
I know, the fight, right? So this was so interesting.
Just sports ball. People they go places.
They get geeked. Embarrassing would be another way. I know. Wade, I loved that. Like the first time I heard it on Friday, they were like, it's going to be 30 minutes long. We're going to build out a stage. And then immediately FIFA was like, so it's going to be 17 minutes long. No one's allowed to wear any heel elements on the field because FIFA has a really strict resetting of the field rule. So they were like, we need to have adequate time and we're not delaying this. This is not American football. You don't get a Super Bowl performance.
And how American is it to just ask for forgiveness? They're like announcing it. We're doing it.
It's ridiculous. I went to see Lost Boys, the musical, last week.
And it was fun.
I love that.
It was a good show.
Yes. Support art.
Oh, yes.
The third place game was the real final. It ended 6-4. I love that. As long as everybody had a fun time and put on a great performance.
And everyone had fun. Yes.
That's right. Netflix just released their yearly What We Watched report, and it revealed a record-breaking 97 billion hours have been streamed in the first half of 2026. This was led by War Machine and the series His and Her, among other things, and a third of all of the views have come from non-English content. The takeaway for filmmakers is that Netflix has a strong appetite for original IP across genres and region, including mid-budget films. So if you are a filmmaker, it is not too late to get your work on Netflix because they are still actively looking for original content and IP based on this.
Woo.
Yeah, His and Hers, Bridgerton, I'll Find You, Stranger Things 5.
Really interesting set of titles.
I'm really surprised that His and Hers and Bridgerton are the top and not Stranger Things 5. But I wonder, and same with One Piece, I wonder if we're just at the point that everyone's over it.
Yeah, it could be. We just need something to feel good.
The Night Agent, I agree. Season 1 and 2 were so good. I fell off on season 3, though. Yeah, the mom sold the show. Wait, I'm not familiar with the fight either, but
if someone in the chat
Jacob,
knows, please feel free.
Odyssey opened on July 17th, and they finally released the budget, which is what I've been waiting for. So it opened worldwide, and domestically it took in about 132 million, and it's now grossed over 264.1 million worldwide. What's really interesting is that other films, to be able to break even, what they say is that you need to make 2 to 3 times your budget to have your money back. And isn't it interesting that the budget having been revealed to be 250 million, which is Christopher Nolan's most expensive film to date, on top of 125 million spent for marketing, brings the overall overall cost to $375 million. So in order for this to technically be considered a success in the trades, it should have grossed over 700 million. So pay attention to the way that a lot of narration is going on when it comes to films. Specifically, go back to how they talked about Sinners. It's upsetting, but for what it's worth.
At that point, it's like when you see a really expensive place, you're like, there's this, I don't know what I'm expecting to be worth this amount of money, but this isn't it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 250 million is insane to spend on a single movie because you're not going to make that back.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I love that everyone's talking about the 70 millimeter situation that's going on right now. I'm very fascinated by this. Bridgerton had some mega viral moments from it. Yeah. The only reason that I know that it was out is because the viral moments. I feel like Netflix is missing out on what people really want, a show where each episode stands on its own and can just be comfort watched. I agree with that. Jay says, just FYI, that number is specifically for those platforms. Worldwide, it was closer to 1.7 billion viewers. Are you talking for the World Cup? Yeah, like seeing that number, I was like, I don't feel like this is an accurate representation of the actual world audience. So I completely can see 1.7 billion being closer to that. And thank you so much for bringing that up. Okay, so Vidor says the closest IMAX 70 millimeter theater is 2 hours away.
Oh, gosh.
Debating making the trip to see the Odyssey, probably just going to do a local theater, which 70 millimeter was closer.
I wonder the more films that start filming in this format, even though it is insanely expensive, if they will start adding more.
No, and I will tell you why. Steven says, turns out there's a 70 millimeter theater near me. It's literally a mile away, but the tickets for all the showings are sold out except for the front two rows.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Does anybody enjoy sitting in the front two rows? Okay.
So this is what's going on. Do you know that IMAX does not make the parts for cameras and for their projectors anymore?
Oh, they just don't.
They have been out of production for over 50 years. And something about the IMAX projectors is that a lot of the reason that filmmakers have to have specialized cameras and specialized post-production.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Is because of IMAX's deal with their distributors 50 years ago for all of those parts. Not only are we dealing with that, it's really, really expensive to make new parts, and no one's really filming in IMAX anymore. Then you have a lack of skill because people aren't being trained on this. So it's really great that we have the excitement of 70 millimeter films every once in a while when they pop up, but it is not sustainable enough for them to return to repairing the theaters, creating new theaters, and honestly opening up production to make the projectors modern. So that's kind of what's going on right now as to why 70 millimeter projectors in theaters are breaking left and right. On top of it being really, really hot, they're running these projectors nonstop, and these projectors are not used to working this hard. So this is why there is an IMAX problem.
There are definitely pools of money to dip into to fund this, but
I agree.
That's neither here nor there.
We're going on Friday in 70 millimeter.
Ooh.
Jacob, how long have you had those tickets for? Sounds like we need an IMAX competitor. I agree. They're really busy developing their technology for in-car entertainment in China. So I feel like,
oh my God,
let's just do it, right? Let's just do the thing. No one will notice. They're distracted.
What?
So here's the update on Warner Brothers and
wait, you ready?
What's going on? Yeah, we bought them a month ago and they're just legit hard to run compared to modern press plate. That's right.
Absolutely.
I've heard that the Odyssey movie is a masterpiece and that Anne Hathaway, knocked it out of the park, but it's not really my type of movie, although I almost want to see it just for Anne Hathaway. Yeah, she's been killing it on the interview scene.
She's been everywhere.
On 35 millimeter and I'll sit close to my screen.
Well, just squint a little.
Yeah. Someone was hilarious. So just jumping back to this super fast. This is what the difference between 35 millimeter and 70 millimeter looks like. And so someone just put towels on the side of their TV and they're like, look, I made it 70 millimeter. Hilarious.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's talk about this. So just in case you didn't know, Paramount Skydance is acquiring Warner Brothers Discovery for $111 billion. This is one of the largest mergers in media history, with shareholders voting on April 23rd of this year to approve the company's acquisition by Paramount Skydance. Jay, thank you so much. World Cup. The acquisition currently is scheduled to be complete by September 30th, but there have been other dates, July 15th, July 22nd, and haha. If Paramount is unable to close the deal before September 30th, they will incur fees of up to $650 million per quarter. This remains subject to regulatory approval. However, this week is excellent news. A federal judge granted a temporary restraining order pausing Paramount's $111 billion acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery until at least August 3rd, responding to an antitrust lawsuit from a dozen states, which we talked about 2 weeks ago, arguing the merger would reduce competition and harm consumers and content creators. The deal is legally frozen in the short term, which means that Paramount cannot close or finalize the acquisition until the court revisits this, giving these 12 states time to argue for a longer term injunction, which means that it would be a longer block and could block the merger while the full case plays out. Because there is a tip over point that at a certain point, that $650 million per quarter, it will be unsustainable, which is yesterday, today. What do you mean? So today, like 4 hours ago, the Writers Guild announced that they also are filing a lawsuit to block Paramount's takeover of Warner Brothers and arguing that fewer big studios means lower pay and fewer opportunities for writers. They are taking this opportunity from what the UK did and saying, hey, we have some demands. You must listen to us. This comes right after the judge already paused the deal until at least August 3rd, though Paramount insists that it's mean and that they'll make more.
And we should all just believe that.
Paramount's lead trial counsel said that the company intended to close the deal today when it expected to have all of their regulatory clearances. What do you mean, pal? This temporary restraining order landed as they're trying to get the deal across the finish line, which means that Paramount is pushing really, really hard to get this done, calling it one of the weakest merger challenges in modern antitrust history, and arguing the deal would produce more content and help it compete against Netflix. Get out.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Get out. Yes. Why can't they just make digital work for massive screens? Vidor, that's a great question. It is a pixel situation. We will talk about pixels and IMAX because I'm very interested in that. And also it works with our music video. So what we don't talk about the music video and our process in Premiere to create the music video, we will talk about next week because we utilized a lot of stuff, a lot of tricks and a lot of cheats, but it comes down to pixels, camera sensors, and even if you run whatever through the upscaling software, it's not going to produce the same quality as an IMAX camera. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
The problem is too much media consumption is moving to the home screens instead of theaters. Absolutely. Hi, Kurt. P.S. for those that mind, TwitchCon passes just went live.
Oh,
are you going,
thank
Steven?
you.
I keep going for a couple of things. Who will enforce fees? Will they collect? Ultimately, if there's collusion with any org, will it matter? I'm hopeful, but not holding my breath.
Exactly. It's like, okay, the judge can say this, but if this is broken, if they get steamrolled, what happens?
That's right. It will not produce more content and certainly not create jobs. Absolutely.
Right. And more clarity. It is confirmed.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Woo!
Clarity music video premiere and workflow part 1.
I guess we should, watch it.
I'm kind of sad they didn't take IMAX cameras to space in the latest space stuff. They literally took GoPros. Steven, so we met the production team from...
They're so nice.
From NASA. And there was a full-on bid on who got the rights to the footage, who got to set the cameras up, what camera companies were involved. This was
insane.
An insane undertaking. Yay, space! So it was really awesome to hear, because same thing. I was like, we have access to all of these cameras. Like, why are you taking GoPros? No hate GoPro, but like you overheat. How are you going to space? How are you going to make it? What are we doing?
I would not. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Courtney and I are musicians and have been playing music together for 13 years now. And I never thought, I'm like so emotional. I never thought we would be here filming our own music video, much less debuting it on our Adobe show.
It's actually wild.
I know. How did they not take the best of the best with unlimited budgets? Stephen, their budget for NASA was cut so much. It was a miracle that they were able to make it into space.
That's true. There's a wonderful documentary.
Really great documentary on PBS about Artemis 2, if you want to check it out.
It's fantastic. Highly recommend watching it. Okay, and speaking of things we're going to watch, the volume is about halfway down, but just be aware of your headphones and your ears when we start this. And we hope that you enjoy the debut of Clarity.
Whew, here she goes. Thank you all so much.
Camera rolls. Clarity, scene 1A, take 1, marker.
Took a while to get us here. I'm welcoming my clarity.
And there she is, out in the wild.
There she is. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Mark is our amazing, amazing drummer and producer. Marknificent extraordinaire. Mark, thanks for being here. And
Thank you.
Thank you for, if you're enjoying the song, Mark is absolutely responsible for how it sounds. Like,
Hands down.
so dialed in. Thank you all so much for being here.
That was easily my favorite recording session we have ever done. It was such fun. The music, the music video was also very fun, but specifically speaking about Mark. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're really excited to talk about the behind the scenes of this because y'all are probably there's gonna be some head scratchers, I think.
Yeah.
And we've got 19 minutes to speak about this. Okay, so do we want to go from our board?
I'm going to go from the board.
Okay. We're going to show you the board, our mood board. And yes, Umo, I always think that. Let's hope it's in focus.
I know, Afrin.
And we really had to. Afrin.
Sponsored by Afrin. No lie. I
Amazing.
was decimated during recording, and I'm so thankful for Afrin. Hashtag Afrin, always.
Oh, amazing.
So, Courtney and I directed and filmed this with the help of SoCal Flip and Chris, and we had Bunny on hair and makeup, and that was it. There
were 5 of us.
That was the entire crew to make that happen.
And then technically outside of hair and makeup, 4 of us on crew.
Also interesting that while you were playing it, it dropped on your YouTube channel, and I got notified.
That's right. Yes, you did.
That's right. We wanted to make sure that anybody that had to miss it would be able to see it.
While Ashleigh brings up the board, this is going to be the inspiration, the visuals, what we were thinking. Our shot list, I really enjoy a lot. And I'm also just a quick shout out to Bobbert, SoCal Flip as well, for one, just being the most incredible gear, hands-on person and handling all of the behind the scenes, which was remarkable because you see the mania. But also this shoot felt very very easy, where Ashleigh and I had an idea and we were able to just fully be in it and create. And Bunny, Chris, and Robert they were like, just what do you need? They were all support to allow Ashleigh and I to just be in it and change things and try things. And that was so helpful. And I've never experienced that on a film set, let alone a song of ours. So it felt really, really good to be the artist and being the production team, because film is what we do. And so we got to bring all of our skills to the table, and it felt really good. So yeah. Thank you, Thrish. We had to keep it simple, obviously. Ashleigh and I being the cinematographers while also being in it, we had to lean into simplicity, but also the song needs that. It doesn't need to be complicated, and it shouldn't be complicated. So, everything good?
Yeah.
We're just going to have a really big board. It's okay.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to navigate on
PC.
On PC.
Yeah. Maybe fit to... Oh, yeah, that.
Okay, so this is our overall mood board. Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here and for being excited about this video. It was really, really fun, but we had to go in with such a game plan. And
oh boy.
The Adobe Firefly board was how we centralized everything. This is our vomit draft of what are some ideas, what are some words, phrases that come to mind when we're thinking of the visuals. Then when we were, what is it? Zoom to selection. So Control-0. Cool. So when we were looking at the potential setups for where we were going to film it, we knew that we wanted something really, really simple. And so maybe a white cyc wall so that we could have a projector that was bouncing off it. And then also so that we could play with colored lighting. We wanted to have a potential black backdrop, but that didn't end up working out for the best, honestly. And a hallway with overhead spotlights, which excitingly, you did see all of that.
And with the visualizer being as simple as it is, just attached to the back of the Mustang driving down Sunset, we didn't want the music video to contrast that.
That's right. So we did find this location in Los Angeles, which had so much character and so much to work with. So we ended up using this white cyc wall, and that's exactly what we bounced the projection off. And then also we were able to bounce some lighting off of the walls.
Yep.
We ended up setting up the couch right here, and then we, for the pink and blue scenes, had a tube light.
That's it.
Shooting up.
Easy peasy.
And then we had 2 main lights. We didn't end up using the black wall because it looks like an abyss and we would have been washed out.
And Ashleigh and I wouldn't have hair, essentially.
That's right. And we really, really loved the look of this, but this shot is a lie. That is not what the location looked like when we got in, and we were unable to do a location scout because of the time. What else is on here? Here's some of our inspiration. This was our hair and makeup. This was our idea for wardrobe. Here's our gear list. Something that I really appreciated about us is that we had this notes app that we were able to say, hey, we need these test shots. This is the time code. So if we need to jump right into a moment, we've got that. This is our setups. And so we had this on a notes, and we were constantly referencing it in between our setups.
I think that, they always say go in with a plan and then throw the plan out the window. I think, hi, Arco.
Hi, Arco.
We didn't have time for a location scout. Yeah, we had to get in there and get out, but it turned out really well. But I love having a plan. Like Ashleigh and I came up with that, knowing that it was going to change things, but having the plan first makes it so much easier to rearrange because you know exactly what you have to get. And now it's just re-strategizing and reordering the pieces, as opposed to, oh, we can't do that setup anymore, so now we have to move. But wait, what do we have to get in that setup? And it just removes. Ashleigh and I love lists, JC, you too, because it just removes you having to remember things in the short term. If you write it down, then your brain can crunch it and you can come back to it and fill your brain with all of the other little amazing factoids and things that you need to remember.
I agree with that.
How's your day, Arco? So yeah, the mood board was really, really important, and organization was also very important for this. So we, again, had a very, very minimal crew, and the string out, every time we do, as soon as Ashleigh gets up from her pulled up, I'll talk about it. But every single time we do something multicam, I am just beside myself. I'm going to show you what it looked like. So obviously we stay very organized because we have to, but let's go into our sequences. I see you.
Just for an overview, we knew that we had one day to shoot. We wanted to keep everything really, really simple, and we knew that we wanted to have the potential black and white. So who ran the cameras? We set up the shot. We would set up the shot with one of us framed in, and then in the location, they actually had this like 40 to 50 inch television that we hooked up wireless transmitters, which we just got from Hollyland.
And we did an unboxing with you guys not too long ago.
Yeah, we did it the night before filming. And we just set that up. And then for that overhead shot, we had a DJI Osmo, which is the same stabilizer camera unit that we filmed the visualizer on.
It was sandbagged to a ladder.
And so we just shot that super, super wide.
Yeah, we knew that we wanted to shoot in 4K, knock it to 1080, and it was going to be gorgeous 1080. And that gave us the leniency to shoot really wide so that in post we could zoom in, do the turns, do everything that we couldn't do practically on set.
That's right. We ended up with 14 takes, and since we were shooting 4K on the area mirror at like astronomical, we were filming really, really high. So 14 clips. They averaged about 20 gigs per clip. And then our longest take was 41 gigs for one clip.
Oy.
And then we ended up bringing the timeline into 1080, which is really, really good as a hack so that you can create zooms, you can create motion, you can really make shots. And that was of the utmost importance.
Yes.
So Court, talk about how you organized 14 clips and like, how did you do this by scene? Because we did kind of have a mock-up.
Yeah. So what was really, every single time we do a music video, it's different. So when you're doing multicam, I end up having a lot of sequences just so that if sync falls out, or I always have backups, but I have our main sequence here, and let's go to the Clarity music video, string out. Oh boy. All right, bear with me, y'all. So this is why I need an external monitor. So this is all of the different clips. Where this gets really complicated, so this is all of our individual clips and synced audio to Clarity, the song. Where this gets complicated is if you are not running a straight take and then you're cutting the camera. So if you're saying, if you do a reset in the middle, so let's say we run the second verse and then we're like, okay, camera's still rolling, let's take it back. And we're going to do that again. Every single time that happens, which happens a lot, especially when Ashleigh and I are on camera and we're the camera people, we don't have time to get up and then go stop it and start it and sit down and have bunny check hair and makeup. We just didn't have time for that. Every single time that happens, that video needs to go on a new layer so I can sync it. So this project ended up with 29 different layers. And then I had to sync everything. A lot of it is manual, especially with music videos. One, you'll hear the artist singing the song, which then you can't sync it. And so sync was definitely something that I always comb over. And I would say that this is the most extensive process, is getting everything synced properly. Then I will turn it into a nested sequence, which gives us this beautiful, this single line item, if you will. And what we ended up doing, since everything was synced as the clips start, this is how we edit it. So while we're watching, when there's a clip that meets that sync in the song, we will see it populated right here. So there we go. And as we edit, if I click, let's see, I can actually jump between these and click. So it's really beneficial for us to be watching performances as the song goes, because we got a couple takes of each thing and for us to say, okay, I don't like what my face did there, but let's try this one up here. And you guys can actually see how far away that DJI shot was. It's pretty far. Which again is why we crunched this one. 100% we had proxies for, because the footage was ginormous. I actually cut this to a quarter of the size. And even so the DJI actually looks horrible.
So what is a proxy?
A proxy is when you are taking footage and you are scrunching it. You're making it much smaller. One, so that your computer processor is not trying to be running 4K, 8K footage, 41 gigs a clip. Most computers that all of us can afford probably don't do that very well, and they won't do it for very long if they do. So you want to make that footage smaller. In photo world, it's kind of like going from a TIFF file or a RAW file, a super large file, and then you're bringing it down to a JPEG. It doesn't stay this way. It just makes it easier for you to be able to manipulate the clips, edit them, watch playback without you jumping frames. And it's like, I need to see what's happening. So when I color grade, I will turn the proxies off just so I can see where the color lands. But as far as editing goes, I always edit in proxies.
Arco, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is awful.
Oh no. I'm so sorry, Arco. We hope that gets resolved.
And then you got
fairly
yourself a sweet
easily.
treat.
And a sweet treat, yes. The beginning of this was also really interesting. Ashleigh had this idea that she wanted to start. I mean, this was literally how the scene started.
This was the first take.
This was
first setup.
Very first take.
Yeah.
And we ran our slate, and she's like, what if we started the video that way? How cool. And this got interesting because we had to decide when Ashleigh came in, when we were going to be starting this. Oh, and then deciding what crop we wanted. We went back and forth if we wanted a 1080, which is cropping horizontally.
The 235.
Yes.
Which is like traditional black bars.
Or if we wanted 133 going this way. And when you want to have that figured out before you film, but since we were filming so far out, we were able to plan for both just to see how we felt. And so getting this audio going first, before the song even started, gave us a beautiful open And I'm really, really pleased with how this landed. You can't...
Court's workflow is very efficient, Mark.
Yes, we do not have the time to not have that.
And Stephen, that QR code, they don't even make that app anymore. It's a digital slate. And so we have not updated that iPad since 2018.
That's right. And every time Apple's like, hey, your iPad's going to run slow, we're like, not now. I don't care.
I'll just delete every other app because the only reason that this iPad exists anymore is to be our digital slate. Because you can record notes on it.
It's remarkable.
It's great.
I'm really sad nobody's made that.
Of course they haven't.
Yeah. And the next thing that we do is we want to mark up what parts of the song, where they are, because you just want to get a lay of the land. So we always set our sequence markers at the top. First verse. The chorus will stay the same. So that'll stay blue. Second verse, the verse will stay the same as well. We have some for keyframes. Now, we knew that we wanted movement specifically on these shots. That was 100%. And so as much organization as we can do on the front end while we're editing is going to make it a lot easier. One, to choose the shot that you want, but then you can just see, like, I really enjoy sequence markers for the sake that you can see your chapters in your story, if you will. And so that makes it much easier for us. And then also marking when we were going to switch to color, because we had to decide, like, are we keeping this black and white the entire time? When do we feel that it is appropriate? Is pink and blue way too jarring at the end? So we wanted to mark that and just to play around. And then we decided that we were not going to end up doing full frame at all. We wanted to keep it at that crop. And I'm very happy that we did that.
And Chris, thank you for being on set and running Slate.
Yes, thank you.
You're
Even
amazing.
I can use it. Jeez. Now, with this, there are a couple of ways that you can add crop, in case anybody is wondering. A lot of people will say, oh, you can do it through Photoshop and just build your black bars. Yes, you absolutely can do that. Another one of the ways that you can do it is by adding an adjustment layer and then adding your crop on top of that. So it really depends. Another way you can do it is adjust your entire sequence that it is not even built in 16:9 1080. You immediately build the sequence so it is cropped in, and that means everything is cropped off the top. Some people prefer that because you already have it set. The reason we could not do that and set the whole sequence to that crop is because we did not we were not in a crop at the beginning of it. So what we had to do was add our adjustment layer and then either crop the sides in or add the crop effect and then add your percentages. There's a whole math that's with it. It's, let's see, for this, it's 1 minus, it'd be 133 over 16:9, because that's what the aspect ratio we shot in was, times 100, and then you get the percentage of what it is, and you divide it by 2, and that's where your crop comes in. It's like a whole thing. But anyway,
it's time.
It's time. We could talk about this forever.
We're going to go into more detail next week, and we're going to break down specific essences so you can see how we go about it and then see alternate ways. So you can download plugins to make this work. For the keyframes, there's motion on every shot. So I went in and I manually added it just because I didn't want to have a plugin that broke, or that, like, if I came back to it in the future, it needed to be updated. Just if I add the keyframes in, it's going to be a little bit more work on the front end, but I will have a more fulfilling end product, I think.
I'm really excited for you to go over keyframes.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to talk about color.
Yes, that too.
Mark says I tried working with RAW once, had to convert it to ProRes, and my computer still couldn't really handle that.
Yeah, you can make proxies right within Premiere. I don't know if you use Premiere, Mark, but if you do, I can show you how to do it. It's very easy. This footage was knocked down. Normally I do a half. I knocked this down to a quarter, just because a quarter of the normal file size, because I was not about to deal with that.
Stephen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We hope you have a wonderful meeting, and thank you. Genuinely, thank you so much for being excited and for sharing that with us and sharing this moment. This was really, really huge.
And Magic Studios, great question. What do you estimate the amount of hours spent on post-production into this, and what Adobe features have helped with editing? I would say automatically 2 days. So 48 hours for the amount of time that is put into this. And Premiere, obviously, color mode was amazing for this process, and Premiere's multicam editing made this much easier. We would not have had this edit without that.
Yeah, having Firefly, being able to share the Firefly boards across across with our collaborators and with like a really easy shareable link that we could constantly go back to and reference on our phone or on the go, on our laptops, wherever. And then same with what Court said, multicam, using color mode, and being able to really play around with effects. The world was our oyster when it came to play. And I'm really excited to dive more into that next week. In case you guys want to check out the music video.
Thanks, Wade.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab that.
Thank you so much, Thrish. And while the world was our
you.
oyster, we were like, okay, we can't go crazy. We need to remember that. We want this to be simple. It's like writing a paragraph is harder than writing a book, is
That's
what they
right.
say. I think JC would be inclined to disagree, but
If you guys
the sentiment is there.
would like to go check out the video, it is now out on YouTube and out into the world. Thank you all. Thrish, thank you so much. Magic Studios, thank you for that very thoughtful question.
Thank you all so
Uma,
much.
Thank you. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, Thrish. Thank you, Jay. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here. Mark, it means the world that you tuned in. It was a lot of fun. Thank you. And
She did so good, right?
Mark, thank you so much. Mark, I can't wait to have you in a music video again. I'm excited for Body Study to come out. And yeah, we were like, can we film a music video while we're in Maryland? Because we need you.
We do.
We love having you and Jake a part of the visuals because you all are especially the heart of it. You're the heartbeat of the songs. And thank you so much. Okay, tune in next Wednesday at 11 a.m. We are going to be going more in depth talking about keyframe. Court's going to go into color mode and how she went about creating the black and white aesthetic as well as the color shift. Chris, thank you for tuning in. Clever.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Ashleigh. This is Courtney. We are
Hi.
CA in LA, Courtney and Ashleigh in Los Angeles. We're best friends, filmmakers, musicians,
And variety streamers.
Adobe, thank you so much for having
Thank
us
you.
for another episode of the Cinema Collective. Jacob, Wade, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Adobe, thank you again. And let us know what you think. Hit the like below on the video and comment and let Adobe know that this is
You like
something
this.
that you want to see more of so that we can get a season 7 renewal.
That's right.
Okay.
We'll see you guys soon.
We'll see you so soon. And please take care of yourselves.